Now, thousands turned out across the country today to protest and to march in open defiance of lockdown laws. A few dozen people were arrested, but given the outcry over the way officers last weekend broke up the vigil in memory of Sarah Everard, the policing seemed relatively light-handed. Nevertheless, as Dan Rivers reports, the argument is still raging over whether the restrictions are an illegal curtailment of our freedom of speech.
At a time when gatherings of more than 2 people are still banned, today's demonstrations were clearly a direct challenge to those rules. Thousands marched through the centre of London, at times confronting the police, who made several arrests. This protest drew a diverse crowd, all united against the lockdown a year after it was first used.
We want to live free.
This is one of a number of protests across the country, but this one is by far the largest and has brought the centre of London to a complete standstill.
Black Lives Matter!
But there was also an anti-racism protest in South London, which was smaller and more socially distanced. The protest happened as the government's coming under pressure to relax the rules on demonstrations after 60 MPs signed a letter to the Home Secretary coordinated by the campaign group Liberty.
We had a court ruling last week that clarifies that protest can be lawful under the current lockdown restrictions, and we also know that police have a duty to facilitate protest, but there's still a lot of confusion.
It comes a week after the much criticised policing of the Sarah Everard vigil on Clapham Common. But one former senior police officer thinks a distinction must be made between what happened here and today's protests.
The Sarah Everard vigil was a different matter. I mean, it was a vigil as opposed to a march or a demonstration, and I think that's a significant difference.
Shame on you!
It wasn't just London either. This was Truro in Cornwall. Campaigners are worried a new police bill will make some aspects of the current restrictions permanent. But the government denies that, insisting the current ban is necessary to stop the spread of the virus. Dan Rivers, ITV News.
International spectators will be barred from the...
I was there.